How's it going today, everybody? Eddie Hates Anime here with a guest that I've been trying to get on this channel for so long, but she keeps rejecting me, just like every other woman in my life. Gracieveevee, hopefully I'm saying that right.
Yep. Hi.
Yeah, she has made her presence known. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of Jojo poses. And before we get started, you know, people in the comments say, but I see people like Hisoka and All Might that are Jojos. Well, shut the frick up. I changed it up because I'm not boring. I didn't have, any good ideas for a tier name, so we're going with the basic S, A, B, C, and D. And let's just get right into it. First off, we have Poochie from JoJo's Part 6, which some people may not be caught up on.
I'm sorry.
This isn't necessarily, I guess it's considered a pose. If you can't see it too well, let me actually zoom in a bit.
Okay, that's much better.
He has his hand up and his other hand on his thigh. It's pretty Chadly. That's a weird thing to say. It's pretty Chad-like. What do you think? I think C or B, but I don't know if I want to put in B. It's kind of...
Yeah, I'd go with C.
Right.
It's a cool pose, but is it really up there with the greats?
Yeah.
Probably not.
All right, next we have one that I'm excited for, Sailor Venus from Sailor Moon. It's really hard to see that one as well. Let me just zoom in even more. Oh God, there we go. Oh wait, I can edit. I edit zooms every time I do a freaking tier list. Why am I even doing this? But I think she's a solid A or B. But
I would go with B. I like it a lot. It's just like a little bit. It's a little bit nebulous. Like, what is it supposed to be conveying?
Bruh,
like it's cool. But it's just not up there.
It's showing
for me.
her chat-assery. Ha, get it? It's a pun. Instead of bad-assery, it's her chat. Next we have Death the Kid and his 2 weapons from Soul Eater. This is really bothering me because most of these I don't have to zoom in because I'm going to zoom it in when I edit. But I just noticed both of us can't see it now because it's so small. But hopefully you know what it is.
I haven't seen Soul Eater, so I don't know.
Okay, so it's a very synchronized pose with him and 2 other people. Hopefully you can see at least that much. And I'm going to say S. Because it's amazing.
I will go with S as well because it sounds cool as a concept.
Okay, I think the next 2 or 3 might also be in the same boat. We have Joseph Joestar with his amazing
S.
Yes.
Easily.
Next we have Speedwagon.
Speedwagon should get his own double S tier.
He should,
he's so awesome.
but it always takes time for me to make a new tier because I'm stupid. So just imagine that he's up here, guys.
Just put him in the front of S. There you go.
Yes. Next we have Giorno Giovanna, and he has a dream and a pose.
Giorno, I love you.
Worse Jojo, but okay. Next. Okay, I actually like Giorno quite a bit, but I think Giorno's likability is it's so weird because he doesn't really get character development. If that makes sense. Like he gets but he's cuz okay, think about it this way. Like Jonathan in his part, he goes from weak to strong. Joseph in his part goes from kind of bratty kid to warrior. Giorno goes from Giorno to Giorno. I don't know. But he's still really cool though. He just doesn't get character development, in my opinion.
Well, I haven't seen part 5 yet. I'm still on part 4.
Oh yeah. So I was just chatting shit for nothing.
So I'm only going off of what I know about Giorno's character.
My bad.
Because of course I've been spoiled on everything for JoJo. So
you know what?
Fine.
JoJo's is an anime that you can get everything spoiled for you and still enjoy.
Yes,
that happened to
I
me.
completely agree. And
Caesar.
I love Giorno's pose, and I just love JoJo character designs in general. I think a lot of them are just stellar, and I think Giorno's character design is absolutely amazing, and I love that pose so much because it's almost as if he's exposing his heart because he always apparently he always says I have a dream. He has a dream to do something, and him pulling his vest apart like that to expose his heart because a dream comes from your heart. I think it just ties in from what I know about his character very well. So
I kind of like that. That was a good explanation. That was really deep, and I'd never thought of it that way. But still hate Giorno. Okay, next we have Rohan Gracieveevee from the cover of his own side story thingamajiggo. That's the main reason. I didn't even look at the pose. I was trying to find his other pose, but I couldn't find a good picture to download, so I just went with this. I say A. I think it's pretty solid, and Rohan is just amazing. And the paintbrushes, even though they're technically not his body, but like it's still part of the pose.
Yeah, it ties in. It ties in with his stand and with him as a character.
Yeah.
So it works really well.
So we going with A?
Yep.
Let's
going
go.
with A.
I'm gonna say row A. Han. Okay, next we have the I'm going to punish you in the name of the moon or whatever the crap she says. Sailor Moon from the show Sailor Moon. Wow. I personally would put it in S because you know I'm respecting the classics, but I want to hear what you have to say.
I would put it in A. Simply because it is an iconic Sailor Moon pose, but not as iconic as something else I think is coming up later on this tier list.
What? I think this is more iconic than that. I think I know what you're talking about.
No,
I think this is...
no,
What?
I think the other one. I think the other one is more iconic, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Okay, we'll be in Rohan for now. Next, we have Diavolo, also from Part 5. I don't know why I included this. This is actually a really boring pose, to be honest.
Yeah, I put it in D.
Why is D ahead of C? What the heck?
What are you doing,
let me fix
Eddie?
that. Wait, no, I made it...
This is why I always rejected you wanting to do collabs together. This is why I rejected you for so long, because I just knew you'd mess it up.
Okay. Next, we have Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. No, I'm never saying it like that again. I hate when people say it like that. And it cut off half the pose anyways. But he's pretty much doing the Rohan pose. Not the same one there, but his other one. And I say it's pretty wacky. And, you know, what I always think about Hisoka is Hisoka's like the JoJo's character that never was in JoJo's.
Yeah, he has a real vibe of a JoJo's character to him. Like, I think that's why so many people like him in Hunter x Hunter. Is like he feels so much different from like the rest of the cast and the rest of the world.
I'll say either Rohan or S, but I don't think it matters. Maybe even B. I don't care.
I put him in B. Right. I like Hikosa, but quick. Not that much.
All right, next we got Ichigoat Kurosaki from Bleach. Best of the big three, don't at me. Also better than Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball's not that good, to be honest. Also better than most of the shonens these days, but you know, people just don't want to admit it. So, for that alone, because this barely is even a pose, but he has this amazing Zanpakuto toe, and since I'm not going to give you a chance to talk before we go to the next one, he's going in S. Next we have Frieza.
Frieza goes in A.
Okay.
Frieza goes in A. I will defend Dragon Ball Z here a bit because I didn't watch the anime for Dragon Ball Z. I read the manga, and the manga has excellent pacing, excellent art, and excellent panel flow.
You know what? I will give it that. It has better pacing, but just in my opinion, I wouldn't read the Dragon Ball manga. That's just weird.
But Frieza, his pose there conveys so much arrogance as well as so much power. Yeah. Because the way he's standing, at first it seems very meek, but the way he has his hands,
and if you can see his face, like it's so sinister.
He's taunting his attackers. He's like, "Oh, you think I look so weak and helpless, but he's actually so powerful."
We haven't talked about that enough. Like, so a lot of these characters, their poses kind of like also show their personality. Like Joseph here, he's just vibing, you know. Joseph as a character is really interesting, actually. But, you know, we missed our chance to talk about that, so we're just going to move on. Another Giorno one with his stand, because I find it really funny, just the way that they are, for multiple reasons. You know, I think this actually gets S, because the stand is in on it, too. Which is pretty, you know, God tier. You know what, I'm changing this. It's going to be God tier. This is going to be B for, amazing. This is gonna be C for crap. This is gonna be D for dumpster. Oh my god, I can't spell today. Fire. There we go. Alright. Next we got Saitama. I was trying to get his really cool one where he's like got the fist behind him and stuff. But PNGs for some reason don't like tier list maker, so I got the better one.
Well, this one works too because it also conveys Saitama's character. Because like he says he's a hero for fun, but he's so bored at being a hero throughout most of the anime. Like,
but to be fair,
continue.
My bad.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so to be fair, the other one shows kind of part of his character too, because there is the moments where like it's still a joke, but like it shows his like badass version of himself, which is kind of cool still.
But I would say this is how a lot of people see Saitama, and how Saitama even sees himself, is that even though just standing with the arms crossed would be a very cool pose, like from any other angle, or like for pretty much anyone else, like you think Geno's standing like that, and you're like, oh yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But for Saitama, like he looks just bland and muted and just bored with everything, and that works so well.
Oh, I did it again.
I would go with A for this one, because I do think his other pose is cooler. I think you're right. I still think this one is very important to show his character.
Yeah. I need to rewatch One Punch Man. Or actually catch up on the manga like I've been meaning to for the last like few years. Next, we have Josuke Higashikata. I personally love this pose and everything about Josuke. But that's just me.
Josuke is my boy. I love Josuke.
Okay, so where are we going with this?
I don't know. What do you think?
I personally, because I don't think this picture tells the whole story, because he also puts one foot in front of the other and has a whole, like, nice swagger, this whole entire body, but I can't show that in this picture because cropping sucks. I say either A or God tier. I know where I want to put it, but this is a collab, so I have to listen to you.
I'll go with God tier, actually.
Let's go!
I just love Josuke so much. I think he's so stylish and so cool. I think he's one of the most stylish characters around.
Yes!
Really.
Yes!
I just think Josuke just has so much drip and just, I love him.
And you know what I've been thinking about? Because my little sister was watching part 4, and I didn't really think about it when I watched part 4 too much, even though they go out of their way to explain it. Because I noticed for the first time in part 4 watching him, he really is Joseph's son, not only in blood, but how he acts. Like, it's so noticeable now that I'm looking at it.
Yes, absolutely. Like, Josuke is so much of Joseph, which is such a different vibe from what Jotaro is, because Jotaro is like nothing like Joseph, or even Jonathan.
Yeah.
But no, Josuke really does feel like the next generation. The very next generation of Jojo.
And it's also cool because even though you're not at part 5 yet, Giorno's like the same thing. You know, like who his parents are, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he shows sides from both Dio and Jonathan. Yes, I spoiled it for everyone who's this far, but if you're this far, why are you still watching if you know you didn't get to this part? Damn, I'm so mean. So he clearly shows, like, it's really cool because you can see he's charismatic and obviously the blonde hair and stuff. That's from Dio. Because they go out of their way to say how charismatic he is and stuff. But he also has the Joestar bloodline in him, which even though he's like joining a gang and stuff in the part, you can tell that he has some form of righteousness, which comes from Jonathan. So it's really cool to see that. Which is kind of the same thing, just on a weirder level because it's, you know, genetics work that way by taking someone's head. Next, we have Johnny Joestar from part 7 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. As much as I love Johnny in part 7, I think this pose is a little bland, but to be fair, man's paralyzed, so he doesn't have much to work with.
Yeah, so here's what I was gonna say about Johnny. So I haven't gotten to part 7 yet, but I do know that he is paralyzed. And what this pose conveys to me, speaking from what I know about his character, and again I haven't read the part, so I don't know. But
everyone go slander her on Twitter for talking nonsense.
I'm sorry, but let me explain. Okay. So I think it conveys like power, because even though he is paralyzed, he still is trying to be powerful and to be strong and to keep bringing himself up. That's why he has that's why the upper part of his body is he's trying to pull himself up. Like he is still like reaching for the top.
Yeah.
And that's just what
I didn't expect this to be so like deep and analytical, but I think it's better that way. So thank you. Because I was just gonna be like, oh yeah, his left finger is farther than his middle finger, and that means that by the stars aligning and, astronomical sign thingamajigos, he is, stronger than this. I don't know where I was going with that joke. That was stupid. But, part 7, this is totally getting off track once again, but the first chapter of part 7 doesn't show Johnny at all, which I think is really cool, just to not show the JoJo at all in the first chapter. It only shows Gyro, which is kind of funny, but, where should we put him? I think after your explanation, I want to put him at a God tier. Because first I was going to put him up amazing.
I think so. If you've read part 7, if you think what I say kind of aligns with it, then yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense because he is that way in the part. Even though he knows his limitations, he doesn't really care. Because, the whole start of part 7 is a freaking horseback race. But he still does well. And, even later on, in legit fights and stuff, he holds his own. And then more spoilery stuff. So, let's just move on to Josuke Higashikata. I actually think this pose is more symbolic than the other one.
I agree.
So, I think that's just an automatic God tier if this was God tier. I love this pose so much. Oh my gosh. I love it in the Great Days opening. When he does it, and then, all of a sudden, he's, vibing the next, frame with his hands out. I don't know. Part 4 is a vibe. Next, we have another Part 7 character, Funny Valentine, and I just chose this because it's super symbolic, not just because the pose, but because it's freaking back. Because Funny Valentine as a villain, even though he's a villain, his whole thing is that he loves his country, because obviously, it shows that in the part. He just kind of goes about things kind of the wrong way sometimes. But it does show, how much he truly loves his country and stuff. And I guess it just speaks as a character, just this one picture. Even if you don't know anything about him, you're like, damn.
Yeah, because he doesn't have his back turned to the flag. He's actually facing the flag. Which kind of shows, yeah, well, it also kind of actually shows, how much he, respects his country.
Yeah.
He won't even turn his back to the flag. He'll face it, and then and face people will be forced to look at the flag on his back.
Oh man, I cannot wait till the day you get to part 7. I want to talk to you right after.
I'm so hyped to get to part 7.
It is okay. I don't even know how to explain it because I wouldn't say it's my favorite part, because my favorite part is a tie between 2 and 8 right now, but 8's not finished, so I'm not gonna give it that much yet. But 7's right up there, which I didn't really think about till now, but it's so good now that I'm thinking about it. Holy crap. Where should we put Funny Valentine?
I would put him in A.
You gotta say it right. Rohan.
Rohan.
Let's say that sounds weird.
Rohan.
Roan. How about that?
Roan. I think you should put him in Roan tier because of the symbolism for his character.
Yes. Next we have All Might from my Boku no Hero Academia. If you call it My Hero Academia, that's cringe. No, I'm kidding. That's disgusting. I hope I never say that again.
That's big stealing game energy if you call it My Hero Academia.
I mean, I call it My Hero Academia. I just always wanted to say that. Just you call it Boku no Hero. Or no, you call it My Hero. Cringe.
I think we should put it in B tier. Amazing tier.
It is a pretty normal pose.
It's a very normal pose. Again, it does convey stuff about All Might. He is the ultimate superhero. So that's the ultimate superhero pose.
Oh,
but, it's just...
I should have got a picture of him when he was fighting well, I don't know if there's any poses per se, but when he was... Oh wait, no! I should have got when he was pointing the finger saying you're next, because that's so much cooler. Oh my god.
That is so much cooler. But you didn't. You failed. So we're left here with your failure, Eddie.
Damn. I'm just gonna... You know what? I got it perfect fixed. There we go.
Eddie tier. Thank goodness. Now I don't have to look at D anymore. Now I get to look at Eddie and I'm yes, all is right in the world. Oh my gosh, crazy tier. Okay. If you're gonna go with that, I was willing to let you cripple yourself and say you're a failure, but if you want to put me up, if you want to put me on the highest tier, then okay, Eddie, you do you simp.
Okay, no, okay, I'm taking this back if you call me a simp. I'm not a simp. And then here we go. Eddie / Gracie tier.
Fair enough. Now we're on a level playing field. I will accept this.
Now, nobody can fucking call me a simp. Damn it! I broke my no cursing rule. God damn it. Shite. Whatever. Next we have Giorno Giovanna. Actually, first let's do Dio's because those tie in together. So first, oh damn, I'm really just spoiling part 5 out here for you. But Dio, I was gonna say Giovanna. Dio Brando from part 3 with this really menacing, I'm not gonna show my face pose. That's in the openings and the posters and everything. I think this is an automatic God tier just because it's Dio. And Dio is the one man besides Speedwagon that I would probably go gay for. Yeah. Next! Giorno Giovanna. And this is huge symbolism, but it's only in the opening. But it literally shows that he is his father's son. Like,
yeah. And
there's not much more to say.
It also kind of shows that, like, Giorno, like, accepts both sides of himself. Like, he accepts the Joestar bloodline, but he also accepts what Dio's given him, that charisma and that charm. Like, he accepts and utilizes both sides of himself. So it works
Part 5
perfectly.
is so good too. What? I hate because now I'm thinking about it. I was gonna make a video ranking JoJo's parts, but I can't. I love them all too much. Even part 1. Everyone hates part 1, but I think it's really good. I think it's a good.
Part 1 is so good.
I think part 1 is like thematically better than other parts. It may not be better overall, but like, oh my gosh.
Part 1 is a great part, but people just hate on it because they compare it to other JoJo parts that are just amazing.
There's two things about it. I don't think Araki knew what he was getting to when he started JoJo's. So like that's one thing. And it's a little bit shorter, so some of it's faster paced, which is also one thing. But like on a poetic level, I would say maybe that I don't know what exact word to use for it, but like the bond between Jonathan and Dio is so like, how do I explain this? It's beautiful. Like
it is timeless. Like it transcends.
Yeah, it's so
literally
good.
It transcends all of JoJo's.
Yeah, and
like,
it's so like
even
personal. It's just
even like part 4. Like I'm watching part 4 now, and like it directly ties in with the events of Stardust.
Yeah.
Crusaders.
And then another thing is like your favorite part wouldn't exist without part 1. So like
yeah, everything goes back to part 1 and that bond between Jonathan and Dio. And like Giorno is literally born from that bond.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird to think about, but yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we've talked a bunch. Oh, we might have to do a collab on that now. Just why part 1 is actually amazing.
Ooh. Yes.
We're doing that sometime in the future. Next is Cars. From part 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Battle Tendency or Fight Frequency, as I like to call it. That would be its localized name. This pose, I just think it looks really cool. I don't think there's like, I mean, you could probably not even make up something, but just like say what it means. I just think it looks cool. I did it after a wrestling match.
It looks so cool, and whenever I look at it, I just hear like the music playing in my head.
Oh yes.
You know, part 2 had that bopping OSD.
You know,
especially for the Stoneman, and it's just it's so good. And Cars was such a cool villain.
As much as Wamu is the best villain of part 2, I think everyone can agree. Cars was still really good, like, cause he was mysterious for the most part. Like we knew that he like wasn't like a warrior spirit, but like he didn't really do anything much until the end, and then he comes out being as powerful as he is, especially after getting like the stone and stuff, or the mask and the stone. I don't remember everything, but I don't know. I think Cars was great. But this is not a character analysis. This is a pose analysis. So. I think either amazing or Roha A-N.
I'm gonna go with Roha A-N because
I'm so stupid with the name.
I I just think Gar's looks so cool, and it doesn't have the thematic meaning as the poses in God tier, but it's still just so cool.
Yeah, there's Dio's name, which means like God in whatever language. There's Diavolo, which means like devil, and then there's cars, vroom vroom. My
favorite Pixar movie.
Oh my god. Next we have Jolene Cujo from part 6. Oh fudge me! You know who that is, right? You know whose daughter that is.
Yes, I do know who Jolene is.
If you're watching this and you don't know that that's Chotaro's daughter, well, I'm sorry. I suck at not spoiling things, so we're just gonna we move. Yeah.
So like her pose, like it kind of shows like her confidence. Like she's kind of saying like, "Come get me."
I think it shows that like rebellious teenage phase almost.
Yeah, she's like, "I know I can kick your butt. It doesn't matter."
Oh,
like,
part 6 is so good too. Actually, a lot of people hate on part 6, but I don't know why.
Yeah, but people are excited for the anime adaptation just because they're starved for JoJo content.
Yes. Oh my god. When the JoJo's manga ends, I think I'm gonna cry. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I think the pose is. Oh wait, continue.
No, I was gonna say it should go in the amazing tier
that's
because
what I was gonna say.
It's not as flamboyant as the other poses. I'll put it at the top of that tier, the amazing tier, actually, because like it is.
So you're just like Tyler. You're always like, to put it at the top, we're gonna put it all the way to the left. I don't order it like that. I've never thought of it that way. And Tyler's always like, yes, you order it from left to right. I'm just like, I just put them in one tier. If they're in one tier, they're lower than the other tier. But if you really want to do it that way, Jolene can be up here.
Yeah.
I'm such a dick. Oh my god.
Because her pose like conveys more about her character than the other poses, I think, in that tier. But it's not exactly Rohan tier or God tier.
All right.
Because it's, you know.
Next we have the least better of the poses for Usagi or Yusa. How are the crap? Sailor Moon. But you know, according to Gracie, I'm pretty sure this is the one you're talking about.
Yes. So I think that pose is God tier. I
think
it's way more iconic than the other one.
You know, I agree, but I just don't want to lose, so I'm gonna say no.
Well, no, Eddie, you listen to me.
Wow, damn.
I think it's more iconic. You see it more in the opening. When you look at like people like cosplaying Sailor Moon or like people parodying Sailor Moon, that's the pose they always do.
No, I just did both the poses, and that one sucks to do. The other one is so much more fun.
Well, okay, so this one also. It's also kind of maybe a clever pun because she has the two fingers like that, and her name Usagi.
Wow, you're really grabbing at straws now. Come on.
But it's also funny. It's kind of a pun. You know how the Japanese like.
Oh, I get it.
It works.
Wow. Well, Speedwagon's pose means so much because he is grabbing the hat of his dear old dead friend, and he's looking back at all those memories, and that's how deep it is.
Yes, that's why Speedwagon is in God tier.
No, that's not what it is. Whatever. You know, I already put it in there kind of without even thinking about it, so I guess it could stay in God tier. Damn. Okay, next we have Josuke Higashikata for the very last one. Well, you know that. That's his name.
Yeah,
oh my god.
I'm just out here, like an alternate.
Spoiling. Yeah.
Like, well, part 8
this
alternate
is part
universe thing.
Part 7 and part 8 are that. Thing that you just spoiled. I didn't say that. Everyone hate on her, not me. I never said it was an alternate universe. I just said his name was Josuke Higashikata. He could have just been a son, man. But yeah, Gappy, I think this is the coolest pose ever for no reason. I think his other pose is better, but I didn't get that one. I say to end it off with either Rohan or Bamazing, or even probably not God tier.
You let me put that Sailor Moon pose in God tier, so we'll put that one in Rohan tier.
Let's go. Alrighty. Well, apparently our time here has come to an end.
So sad.
Gracie, do you want to plug anything of yours?
Yep, my name is Gracieveevee. You can check out my YouTube channel, which hopefully Eddie will link in the description. If he does not, I will never speak to him again.
Really out here plugging yourself on my channel. My God.
But you should also watch Eddie's videos.
Just kidding. Keep plugging yourself. I feel so bad because I'm about to plug myself anyways.
But yeah, I do video essays, analytical content on anime as well as other things. I'm interested in movies and TV shows and manga and books and like everything. So if you're interested in all of that, then you should be sure to check me out. And thank you so much for having me here today, Eddie. This was so much fun.
Hell yes. All right, now get prepared to hate me because I'm going to talk for like the next 2 minutes plugging myself. And I said sorry to advance on the podcast, or not the podcast, on my other collabs too, because I always do this. And then I go on a really long rant about my stuff. And then I'm like, oh, this person's here just staying quiet listening. But please subscribe to me. There's my second channel if you want more Eddie Hates Anime content because there's probably not enough out there. It's Eddie Hates Anime version 2, but I might change that to Eddie Loves Manga, so that'd be funny. There's also the Teddy Anime Cast where me and Tyler Doe bully each other for an hour each week. There's also the Weeb Wardo podcast that's coming back this week, maybe, if I'm, not lazy and edit it. Crap. What else should I... Oh, I have a song that came out on Sunday. I'm not going to talk about my last video because it was kind of crap, but my song... I liked it, so you guys should check it out. And that's about it. Thanks for checking out these poses and stuff if you're still watching. Definitely check out Gracie. Yeah. Just keep on vibing, guys.
Bye.